Okay, now we're going to take a little bit of detour from the chapter. Let's look at generating random numbers. Okay. So here generating random numbers. Okay, the base R has a function called sample, okay, and that's a very useful function, as we will see. Okay, and that will generate random numbers from from a list that you give, okay, called X, and then you have the size. Okay. Now here the list is 1 to 5, the size is 10, and that's not possible unless you are able to, you have the ability to select the same number more than once. If a number is not replaced, that means you take a number out, that's it, you don't put it back, and you'll run out all the 5, you'll select all the 5 numbers, and you will still have 5 more to go, and there are no more numbers to sample from. So if size is greater than the length of X, replace must be true. Okay. And then we have, there are lots of functions. Okay, we're going to look at 3. Okay, RUNIF, that's the uniform, and then R norm, that is normal. Okay, so these are the 3: sample, RUNIF, and R norm are the 3 that we're going to look at. Okay, so generating random numbers. All right. Okay, so here. Okay, so X is sample, right? So 1 to 5, comma 10. Okay, you don't have to say X equal to 1 to 5, and size equal to 10, but you do have to. So if I don't say replace equal to true, this will give me an error because it's not enough. So I have to say replace equal to true, and then if I print X, then you see that it's done this. Okay. Now here is how it's normally used, or often used, and that is, you say sample, okay, and then you say sequence, say 10, okay, and then size equal to, say, 5. So then you don't have to do replace equal to true. Then if you print X, so you get 5 numbers. Now sequence equal to 10 gives you what? 1 to 10. So you get 1 to 10. So this is a very useful way of generating random row numbers. So if you have a data frame has 1000 rows, okay, so you can use the length of the data frame. So here, let's see, we have a, okay, so we have air quality, right? So n row, okay, so n row gives you the rows of air quality, okay, so 153. So you can use that here in sequence, n row air quality, so that will be a number between 1 and 153, and then you can sample from that a certain number of rows. Okay, we'll look at an example like that in just a few minutes. Okay, so random sample from a sequence. Okay, so that's what we just looked at. random sample from a sequence is here. Okay, now random sample from uniform distribution. Okay. So you have R, U, N, I. Okay. So now when you put the parenthesis, it says N, min equal to 0, max equal to 1. So if you do run if, 10 is going to give you 10 random numbers with min equal to 0, max equal to 1. So between 0 and 1. Okay. Now if you did this, then it will give you 10 random numbers between 10 and 50. Okay. Now if you surround it with a round, it will give you rounded to 2 decimal places. So normally what you would do is you generate the random numbers and then you round it, okay, like that. Okay. Now random numbers from a normal distribution. Okay. So you get R, N, O, or M, norm. So again, you have N, how many you want, right? Say we want 24. Okay. And then if you don't say anything, it's going to generate from standard normal. Standard normal is mean is 0, standard deviation is equal to 1. Okay. Now if you specify a mean and standard deviation, so mean is 10, standard deviation is 2. Then it will generate normal random numbers like this. Now if you want to convert this into a data frame, okay, let's capture this into X. Okay, so X has all that. So X has 24 numbers. Okay, see here. Now you can reshape it. Okay, you can reshape it like if you change it to a matrix, matrix X, and then you specify how many rows you want. Okay, n row equal to 8. So there are 24 numbers. So 8 rows, n row, 8 rows and 3 columns. Okay, well, I need to put this into a chunk. Okay, so now we have so it goes column by column. Okay, so the numbers go by column. So if you want the numbers to go by row, then you should say by row equal to true. Then it will go row by row like that. The reshaping will occur row by row. Okay. And instead of matrix, you want this as a data frame, then you say as data frame. So now you'll get a data frame with V1, V2, V3 as the column names. and you can set the column names with call names or names and give names to it. And of course, if you want to capture it into a variable, then you can always put it like that, and then it'll create a data frame and save it here.